G'day everyone, it's Andrew here. In this video we're looking at the PnP modern search web parts again, and specifically we're looking at how to build a personalized page in SharePoint. So the previous video, which is part of this series, I gave an example of what a personalized page looked like. So I might just recap that briefly. So we're in our Digital Workplace Hub SharePoint site here. I'm going to go now to my personalized page. So that's this page here. So on this page are other pages that I'm interested in specifically. So I've got tasks, for example, or how-to pages that I'm interested in. I've got role-based pages. I've got topics that I'm interested in. In this case, it's the Digital Workplace. I've got authors that I'm following, so people I'm interested in, organizations, events, and technology. So I've got those 5 or 6 different ways of grouping my information. Now remember, and I showed this in the previous video, if I want to change those values as an end user, I just click on Edit, Page Details, and that brings up the metadata that I've assigned to this page, and I just change those metadata values, and that then changes what pages appear on my home page. So that's how it's set up. From an end user point of view, it's pretty simple to change those values. So in this video, we're going to look at how to actually create this page. So, okay, I'm already in Edit. Let's have a look. So the top part of the page, these are just text web parts, nothing very fancy there. If I scroll down, I've got an updated pages section. So this is just recently modified pages from across the whole site appear here. Nothing too unique about that. Now, in the how-to section here, I've got a couple of how-tos, and let's have a look at the query. So remembering this whole page is basically a bunch of PnP search results web parts. So in this particular web part, we've got a query here. What this query is doing, it's searching all the pages across SharePoint, and it's finding any where the values, the how-to values that I've assigned to this page appear. So it's finding those 2 pages. Let's scroll down a bit further. There's some other options down here which are all pretty self-explanatory. How many items do you want appearing on the page? Navigation buttons. I'm going to click Next down the bottom. There's different layouts here in the search results web part. Really modified this too much, but if we go into the managed card fields, so managed card fields, and we click on this tags field here, this is where I determine the look of the card, so what information is displayed. So you can see I've got topics, I've got how-tos, I've got roles, I've got last updated. That's the information that's going to be displayed. These are all customized refinable strings, so they're custom properties that I've set up. Then I've gone and mapped them to refinable strings and then linked to them here. I'll go into this in another video. I'm just going to cancel out of there, and you'll see those values here. So you can see we've got the topics. This is how-to. You can see what the topics, the roles that topic should be relevant to when it was last updated. Okay, this section here, again, it's a search results web part. This just shows you any articles where these how-tos have been mapped to those articles. So if you have a look in the how-to, we've got how to build top-level intranet menu, build top-level intranet menu, and over here we've got keep up to date with the latest news, which is the other one. So these pages are related to these 2. So we've got our how-tos, and then we've got related pages. Scroll down a bit further. It's the same approach pretty much for all the remaining web parts. So if we go into this area and have a look in the query template, we've got basically this is saying any role page. So I'm searching across all the pages I've got on my site. Any page that I've tagged as page equals role, and I've selected from the role drop down, it'll match and display those pages here. So again, I'll create another video about these query templates. That's a subject on its own. Related pages again to those roles. Then we've got topics down here. I won't go into it. It's the same approach basically. It's the same sort of web part. Actually, go back to, if we have a look at this web part here, the role web part. I'll just show a bit of a difference. If I go next, go onto the manage card fields, click into the tags name again, you'll see here it's a bit of a different query. So all I want to display here is the data was last updated. So that was different from the previous one. So hopefully you get the gist of how these web parts are set up. They're all PNP search results web parts. Down the bottom, I've added just some standard web parts, so world clocks, and I've got a couple of text boxes down here. So that's it, how the page is structured. It uses all these automatic search filters from the search results to display information. So whenever I add a new page to the knowledge repository, depending on what tags I use determines whether or not it appears here. So if I add a new page to the repository and I tag it, role equals intranet manager, it will automatically appear down here. I'll just republish that page. And as I said, from an end user point of view, it's just a matter of them clicking on page details and then changing the values that they want to see. So it's super simple for them to do it. And once the template's been set up, it's super simple to create a new page too. So we'll go through that now, create a page from scratch, and I'll just show you how easy it is. So let's click on new page. And we've got some templates here. Let's go for the custom web page. Use this template. And this is just a blank template page. So you can see there's no pages appearing. We haven't selected any values. We haven't assigned any metadata yet to this page. So it's all just blank. All right, let's create a page for right. So I've set up a page. Now let's click on page details. And now I can change the image if I want. Let's do that. Oh, it's lucky I've got one. Bob Marley. Let's choose Bob. Okay, so we've got his picture here. Now this is where, as an individual, they can choose what they're interested in. So they just would go through and fill each of these properties in. So let's choose topics. Click on the add tag, and we've got all the various topics that we might be interested in. So we can choose the topics, as an individual can choose the topics that they're interested in. Now, incidentally, I should point out, so all these topics, there's a fair bit of effort that goes into deciding the topics. These topics would be different for every business. So I've set this site up for digital workplace professionals. So all these topics are related to the digital workplace. So let me have a look at a topic I might be interested in. Okay, so I'll go into design, let's say information architecture and the trends in the future. So I'm just going to pick 2 topics. I could pick as many as I like, and I'm just going to click apply. So you'll see here we've chosen those 2 topics. Okay, let's go into the next field, author. Now, which people am I interested in following? So I've got a whole bunch of names here, all write about the digital workplace. So I'm going to choose Caroline Keeley and Chris Tubb. Again, I could choose more if I wanted to, but I'm just going to focus on those 2 and click apply. So I've chosen some topics, I've chosen some authors. I won't go through all of them. Let me just choose one more, maybe in the how-to section, but I could also do it in the organization, which is departmental role. I could do it by technology. Let's just go into the how-to area. And let's say I'm interested in, so I'm following the information architecture. So I'm interested in how to build that top level navigation. Where is it? Build top level intranet menu. Let's select that one. And I'll just choose one. Right, so you saw how long that took. Probably took 1 or 2 minutes to choose my values, and then let's click publish and see what happens. Right, so what's happened is those search results web parts have automatically filtered out the information that I'm interested in. So you'll see here I've got my how-to, also the pages that relate to that how-to. So you'll see in the how-to, build top-level intranet menu, build top-level intranet menu. So those two pages are related to that how-to. I didn't choose a role, I left that field blank. We've got our two topics, information architecture and trends. So here's some article all about the information architecture and trends. And if you have a look in the topics, either there'll be information architecture or there'll be trend. Then we've got authors. I chose those two authors. So I've got two by Caroline there. Oh, I thought I'd added something by Chris. That's something I need to do. And that's it. If I had have chosen other, organizations, etc., they would also appear here. But it's really simple to go back in and change those values. It would take me just a minute to click on page details and add additional values. So now you can see what I've done. I've created a very valuable page for Bob. All the information on this page is relevant to him. He's chosen it. He's going to keep up to date. He's not going to worry I've missed something, that Chris Tubb has published and I haven't seen it, or there's a topic about information architecture I should be reading, I've missed it. So he doesn't have to worry about that. And by the same token, he's not being overwhelmed with information. So there's not a fire hose of things that he's got to think, gee, should I read that or should I not read that? So it kills two birds with one stone. Now, having said that, he can still browse around if he wants. So he can still go to the home page, see what everyone else is seeing, what pages have been recommended. He can see the news across the board. You can drill down on your particular topics. If you want to see all the articles, you go to the articles page. You can see all that 121 articles. Still a filtering option up here if you want to filter, narrow down that search. But still have that option of searching around. But if you just want to get your information and be gone, you can go to your personalised page. Just go back to the Bob Marley page. And that's it. So just to recap, so we had a look at a personalised page, the Roo page. We had a bit of a look at behind the scenes there and how those web parts were set up, and then we created a new page from scratch. Well, not from scratch, using a template. And I'll cover creating templates in another video as well. I've got a few videos in the pipeline. I've actually created a video already on how to create another template, which you can see on the YouTube channel. Subscribe to my channel. I've got a newsletter as well called the Digital Workplace Hub newsletter, which is on LinkedIn. Subscribe to that if you want to see more of these articles. It also keeps me motivated when I get more subscribers. But yep, this is something definitely, if I was running an organization, I'd be thinking about setting this up for all of my staff. Rightio, until next time, thanks a lot. Thanks for your time. Bye.